This is Koh Rong, Cambodia's island that everyone is suddenly talking about. Turquoise water, white sand, parties on the beach, and cheap food. It looks like the perfect paradise. But if you look a bit closer, you will also find plastic on the sand, unfinished resorts, and villages that haven't really benefited from all this tourism. In this video, I will show you the real Koh Rong in 2025. How to get here, where to stay, how much you really pay for, food and drinks, the best party spots and the quiet beaches, and what all this development is doing to this island. So, is Koh Rong still a paradise? Or are we slowly destroying it? Let's find out. Before we start with the practical tips, let's go back a bit in time. Around 2008, Koh Rong was basically empty. There were no hotels, no resorts, just a wild, untouched island with a few small fishing villages. When I started coming here in 2023, it was still quiet, with a handful of guest houses, bungalows and some resorts. Now, in 2025, the island is for sure much busier. There are many more resorts, restaurants and bars opened recently. The good news is, most of the new places still fit the scenery of the island. There are no big high-rise buildings and the island still feels like an island, not a big city on the beach. You still get the tropical paradise feeling, just with more comfort, more choice and a lot more people than 3, 5, 10 or 15 years ago. Now let's talk about how you actually get here. The two main options are by speedboat, from Sihanoukville or from Kampot. From Sihanoukville, the trip usually takes around 30 to 45 minutes, depending on the sea conditions. From Kampot, it's longer, at least around 2 hours, and the water can be a bit rough. The boats are not huge, so if you get seasick easily, I really recommend taking a motion sickness pill before you get on. I've seen people getting sick and even vomiting on these rides when the waves are stronger. At the moment, there's construction going on at the pier at Long Beach, so the boats mainly go to the other sides of the island, like Koh Taj and Longset Beach. From there, you either walk, arrange a pickup with your accommodation, take a tuk-tuk, or, my preferred option, renting a scooter. Before we jump into where to stay and what things cost, I want to show you a bit of the other side of Koh Rong. Many of the new resorts and hotels are actually done in a good way. They are low-rise, they use natural materials and they keep their beaches very clean. When you walk in front of a resort, everything looks perfect. Kind of postcard beaches and crystal clear water. But if you move just a little bit away from those areas, you start to see a different picture. On undeveloped parts of the island or around unfinished construction, there's more plastic, even on the beach. Bottles, packaging, random trash. It's not everywhere, but it's definitely visible and it's sad to see. There are also places where trees were cut down for big projects, like the planned airport and other developments. But the work has stopped or is moving very slowly. You see empty houses, half-finished structures, and roads that look the same as they did years ago, when I came in 2023, so 2 years ago. At the same time, the local villages still live very simple. Many people share small wooden houses, there are a lot of kids and not much infrastructure. In some villages, there's plastic and trash on the ground, because no one is really managing waste properly. A lot of the big money on the island comes from foreign investors, not from the local communities. The local people often work in low-paid jobs and don't get the same benefits at the companies that build the big resorts. But still, the people are incredibly kind. They smile, they are welcoming, and they don't seem angry that tourists have more money. For me, that contrast, paradise, but also poverty, development, and kindness is one of the most powerful things about Koh
High
Rong.
five. High five. High five. Ah, high five.
Now let's talk about where you might want to stay, because different parts of Koh Rong feel completely different. First, there is Koh Tach. This is the busiest area on the island. Here you have a lot of bars, restaurants, hostels, and music at night. If you want nightlife, people, and things going on all the time, this is probably where you will end up. Then there's Longset Beach, also known as 4K Beach. This beach is long, beautiful, and a bit more relaxed. You still have some bars, beach restaurants, and really nice resorts here, but it's calmer than Koh Tach. It's a great choice if you want a nice balance of comfort and quiet. And there are also more remote parts of the island, like Long Beach and Lonely Beach. These spots feel much more wild and natural. There are fewer people, fewer buildings, and often rougher roads to get there, especially to Lonely Beach. If you want that hidden beach feeling and you don't mind a bit of effort, these areas can be amazing. Let's quickly go through what you can expect to spend here. For accommodation, hostel beds often starts at around $10 per night, sometimes cheaper in low season. Simple private rooms usually start around $20 or a bit more. If you want something more special, like a nice bungalow or a resort with a pool, prices can easily go from $80 to $100 to $200 or even higher. Per night, of course. So you really can choose between backpacker budget and proper luxury. When it comes to food, local Khmer food is usually the best value. In local places and in the villages, you can get rice dishes, noodles, soups, snacks for a very fair price.
Now here we got our pork and chicken, a little salad to it. It's nice.
And of course, don't miss out on the seafood. The seafood is amazing here. Drinks depend a lot on where you are. Local places usually have cheap beer and soft drinks. Beach bars and party venues charge more for cocktails. But compared to many other islands in Southeast Asia, Koh Rong is still quite affordable in my opinion. Now to the party. Koh Tach and the surrounding area have a quite few bars and smaller parties, so if you want to go out, you will always find something there. But the real highlight, in my opinion, is the big Saturday event at Nestival. It's a party hostel. Every Saturday, Nestival turns into a huge beach party with 2 stages and a lot of people. The music is mainly techno, house, drum and bass, reggaeton, something like this. And honestly, if you love good electronic music and you want that experience on a beach in Cambodia, this is the place to be on a Saturday night. It's really rare to find this kind of music and atmosphere in Cambodia. It's one of a kind. So if you are into this sound, don't miss it out. Entry price is $15 and then you can pay for tokens, each token $1, and you can buy beer or cocktails for it. A gin tonic is 2 tokens, so $2. It's quite fair price. But Koh Rong is much more than just laying on the beach or going to parties. There are quite a few things to do here if you want to explore. Snorkeling and boat trips are very popular. You can join tours that take you around the island, stop at different beaches and give you time to swim and relax on the boat. At night, in the right spots you might see planktons swimming in completely dark water while the plankton lights up around your hands and feet is a really magical experience. During or after the rainy season, you can visit small waterfalls on the island, which make a nice change from the salt water. Renting a scooter is another great way to see more of Koh Rong. Some roads are still under construction or a bit rough, so you need to drive carefully, but it's fun adventure. You can discover hidden beaches, viewpoints, and part of the island that most tourists never see. And for a calmer, more spiritual experience, you can visit a pagoda on the island. I went to one pagoda and took some time to pray there. It's quiet, peaceful, and a good reminder that this island is somebody's home, with real culture and real traditions, not just a holiday background for Instagram. So, after everything you have seen in this video, is Koh Rong still a paradise in 2025 and for next year, 2026? For me, yes, it is. The beaches are still stunning, the water is still that unreal turquoise color, and there are still many corners of the island that feel wild and untouched. The development so far is not perfect, but it could be much worse. There are no giant hotel towers yet, and many of the new resorts try to blend in with nature. At the same time, there are real problems. Plastic on some beaches, abandoned construction projects, a planned airport that already changed the landscape, and local villages that are still poor while tourism money mainly flows to big investors. So my personal conclusion is this. Koh Rong is still a paradise, but it's also a fragile paradise. If you come here, you can have an amazing time. You can enjoy the beaches, the parties, the food, and the freedom. But please, respect the island and the people who call it their home. Support local businesses, be careful with trash, and treat this place like you will treat your own home. If this video helped you to understand Koh Rong a bit better, feel free to subscribe for more honest travel content. And let me know in the comments of any thoughts or your own experiences of Koh Rong. In the next video, I will jump with you to Kampot and the surrounding area. Because Kampot was to me also a special surprise after being there the last time in 2023. So don't miss it out. And with this, I will say goodbye and see you in the next video.